Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sheff United Way YouTube channel. Now, today we're going to be talking about Bristol City versus Sheffield United. This is your match preview. The game's been moved to 5:30 at Ashton Gate on Easter Monday. The match is on Sky Sports Main Event or Sky Sports Football. Members, first of all, thank you very much to all our lovely members, as always. They will be going down at the bottom of your screen right now. There you go. Ben Coles, played Paul, Brian Tulson. I'm not going to say the rest. Also, thank you very much for those that have subscribed to Sheff United Way clips, because we are really pushing that at the moment. So let's get us to 500 subscribers by the end of the month. That's what I'm setting you. I'm setting you a task. 500 by the end of the month. So go over there right now and make sure you subscribe to that. Anyway, Mr. Hal Stewart, welcome to the stream, my good man. How are you?
Samesies, not intended. Beards. You're not wearing glasses today. No shirt. Yeah. you got one of those on. I got one of these on. We didn't plan this. It's amazing. It hasn't happened more often, and we need to try and just lift ourselves with anything, don't we? After that Reading game, and this has put a mild smile on my face.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? I think we've worn the red and white shirt this season at the same time, but you expect that, don't you? Because it is this season. This one's like, to be fair, I love this shirt.
Proper retro, yeah. I'm going to wear this in Bristol, just like you did at Stoke, because you want to be kind of incognito, don't you? You don't want any trouble. So you just wear the most garish, loudest shirt the club have ever produced.
Anyway, I think we should talk about the Reading game, or me particularly, and I'm just going to say it were rubbish and move on, shall I?
Yeah, do it.
Just do that. It were rubbish. No, I'm joking. I'm actually going to do a proper one. So, the Blades obviously lost this game 2-1. We weren't great. As I've just said, we weren't great. Hopefully, it's just a blip, but we really struggled to create any sort of chances. Like, the goal that we scored was kind of like a big, just a cross into the box, a few flicks, a few knocks, and we ended up getting it to Iliman Ndiaye with a fantastic finish, you've got to say. Iliman's had a few chances this season that right at the start of the season, when he came in that Peterborough game, scored two really good goals. And then after that, I think we thought, we found the finished article. But he's missed a few chances recently, in the last few months. So having him on the ball in the kind of near enough 6-yard box and finishing it so well, it was great to see. George got in a few good areas as well, but failed to deliver. Morgan Gibbs-White didn't have his best game, but we can't just rely on Morgan Gibbs-White every single game. If he doesn't have a good game, we don't have a good game. That is what normally happens. And especially as he's not our player, we can't rely on him too much. It was worrying in this game, but let's see. Bristol City is not it's not a team that we're going to be able to roll over easy. I don't think any teams in this division you can roll over easy, especially away from home with our form. But we've still got a favourable kind of run in. But saying that, I think everybody thought that the Reading game would have been a favourable game, and we would pick up all 3 points and score 4 goals and not let in any help.
Stop it! Don't bring that back up again. I'll move straight on. I know we've had a mare. We both had a mare there. You said 3-0. I said 4-0. And we've been left with egg on our face. You said 3-1, then you changed it. All right. If you're going to have a go at me, I'll come straight back at you. Now, last time out against Bristol City away in the league I'm doing here. So this is the 15th of September 2018. I'm not going to talk about this for long because it was a 1-0 Bristol City win. I do not want that again. This was thanks to Marley Watkins' late-headed goal. 7 Blades that started that day are still with the club. Do you want me to tell you them, or do you want to have a little guess?
Go on, I'll have a guess. Started in that game. So we've got Jack O'Connell.
Yes.
We've got John Egan.
Yes.
We're talking about the last time. We've got Chris Basham.
Yes.
We've got Norwood. We've got Fleck.
Well, he didn't play in this game.
Oh, right. Okay. So not Fleck. That's 4. Let me think. Billy Sharp.
Yes.
Go on.
Ender Stevens, and I'm going to literally
watch
you kick yourself from the great distance that we are away. David did the goal trick. Your favourite player. What are you playing at?
Mate, it's the injuries, isn't it? You forget about these players. You just don't you? Out of sight, out of mind and all that.
Didsy, if you're watching, please.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. No, the thing is as well, mate, like, we just forget that you've got so many injured players and you're focusing on this team and you're like, how rubbish were we here? How rubbish were we there? And it's like, we've got so many injuries. Like, you've got to sometimes take a step back and think, we're in an incredible position to say how many injured players we've got.
You are spot on. And when I was coming away from Blackburn Rovers, that awful game away at Blackburn, if you told me then the players that we'd have out by April and that we'd be in 6th, I'd have thought you were a mentalist, but I'd also have snapped your hand off. And I think a lot of Blades need to just maybe remember that. And if we don't go up this season, I think it's been an incredible turnaround. And with a fully fit squad, I do believe we'll give it a right good go.
Yeah, we are in an incredible position. The thing is, I would have thought that we'd be getting relegated if you just told me that under Slav and all that lot. So, yeah.
I thought we were only going one way after that Blackburn game, and it wasn't up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, shall we move on? I'll move on to team news now, mate. I don't think it's really getting better, but certainly we're expecting maybe Bash to start in this game. So let's talk about the team news. So Bash is quite clearly fit, if you like. He was on the bench, but the fact that Juremovic came off and he didn't come on makes me wonder if Bash is actually going to be fit for this game. We've not heard anything from 𝐍𝐸 because we are pre-recording this because Hal is going to the game. So this is all going to be sort of kind of guesswork, if you like. So I'm not 100% sure whether Bash is going to start this game or when he's going to be able to play 90 minutes in the future. But it's great to see him back on the bench and in the building, as they like to say on Twitter. I still think Billy will be missing for this game. And the fact that Ollie McBurney came off injured is worrying, especially the last time that Jebo started away from home. He was very ineffectual, if you like. It was that Stoke away game where, he was all on his own up front. Not blaming him for a second, but he got neutralised really easily. So going into this game, I'm a little bit worried. I will be honest. I think that's pretty much all we can really say because, like I said, we are pre-recording this. We haven't heard 𝐍𝐸's comments, so Juremovic might be unfit. McBurney might not be involved at all. We just don't know. So hopefully we may see Bash starting this game. But I'll quickly bring up my team, my preferred team. If Bash is fit and Juremovic isn't, he goes there at right centre-back for me. We've got Wes, we've got Juremovic I've put there. Egan, I've gone for Robinson instead of Davis. I thought Davis had a shocker against Reading. I think the first goal could have been deemed as his fault, where just not getting close enough to his man. And the second one, I looked at it properly, and he took Jebo's man, didn't win the header, left his own man, and then he poked it in the back of the net. So you've got to say that Ben Davies shouldn't be making those mistakes. He's an experienced Championship defender, and maybe it's time to give Robbo a chance in there. And we'll have that massive throw as well. Let's have George Baldock there at right wing back. Left wing back, Ender Stevens. I don't think he had the greatest of games, but I still think he is the best that we can hope for at that left wing back role. Sander Berger and Ollie Norwood, central midfield. I want to see us go all out in this game. I want to see us support Jebo as much as possible. So I'm going for Iliman Ndiaye and Morgan Gibbs-White.
We will see. I think there will be some surprises, let's just put it that way, for this game. And there needs to be, because we need a reaction from that Reading game. But Bristol City returning to winning ways on Friday as they saw off Stoke 1-0 away from home. Oh, how we would have loved that. Prior to that, the Robins were on a 4-game winless run, claiming 2 points from 12 available. They've got 48 points from 42 games. Bristol City are currently 18th in the Championship. And Bristol City will be without the services of Thomas Callas, a very good defender. Also, possibly George Tanner out. Knee and hamstring injuries, respectively. So they play a 3-4-1-2. Daniel Bentley, very good goalkeeper. I think Robbie Cundy will then play. Tim Closer, Robert Atkinson, Alex Scott, she's going to be playing. Matty James. Get this guy's name. His first name is Han, like Han Solo. I know. So Han Noah Masengo. Also, Jada Silva, another great name. Andreas Weimann, who may come back to haunt the Blades. He's done it before. Let's hope not. Semeyo and that singer, Chris Martin. So that is your Bristol City likely lineup, courtesy of me. And I'm never wrong. I wish I was wrong about this, Nick. The referee for Bristol City versus Sheffield United from Hampshire, where I lived for a number of years, is Keith Stroud.
We didn't want Keith Stroud, did we? When we need a win, we didn't want Keith Stroud.
Let me get to that, because it does not equal a Blades loss. It might equal the man in the middle being the centre of attention, but it certainly doesn't equal a Blades loss. So he's been in charge 28 times in all competitions, issuing 124 yellows, 4 reds. He's given 2 penalties. Now, he took charge of our 0-0 away draw at Swansea, where neither side ever looked like scoring, an awful away game. Our 2-1 win at the Lane against Stoke, and our 2-1 win at Birmingham City in February.
So you're trying to say that we're definitely not going to lose this game because Keith Stroud is...
I just think people have a right to go with him because he's a poor referee that does make bad decisions, and he has in the past for us made bad decisions. I just don't think it necessarily equals a defeat.
No, that's a fair point. Fair point. You were right about that Swansea game as well. That was a dreadful, dreadful one. I think we had a couple of one-on-ones as well. We were so bad, so bad.
Nothing to write home about for that one.
No. What do you think the score's going to be in this one, though?
Do you know what? I need to start using my head and not my heart. Because you know what? I said in the Reading preview that they would soak up a load of pressure and hit us on the break. So my brain should have said that Reading would win. But my heart overruled.
Can I just say, I love the fact that whatever you say, whenever you're wrong, you're always right somehow.
I'm always right.
You always bring it round to try and be right. And
go back
you
to the preview.
4-0 Blades. You said 4-0
Go back to the preview. Watch it. You'll hear me say that they will soak up pressure. They will look to hit us on the break. So watch it. Hit like. Tell another friend. Tell another friend to also watch it to hear that. Yeah, and then unsubscribe and then subscribe again. I think this will be a really awful match. I'm sorry to say it. I think that the pressure's on us now, and we're not great under pressure. I think we never perform under a big crowd, so that's already done. That was the biggest crowd of the season against Reading. There won't be a huge Blades following for this one, which is disappointing, but I'll be there, taking my wife, and she'll hate it, and I think we'll lose 1-0.
Oh, is that what we're doing nowadays?
Sorry.
I'm going to go 0-0. I'm going to go 0-0.
It's going to be bad.
It's not great, is it? Not great at all. But this is a game that we should really not be winning, but this is a game that we need to win to get into the playoffs, really. These sorts of games. We need to start winning away from home, mate. We can't go into the playoffs being rubbish away from home because you could be 2-0 down before you even set foot on your own grass.
Quite right. You've got to hit the playoffs in stride, on form. It's usually the team that finishes 6th, feels like it anyway, that does better in the playoffs rather than that team that's just missed out in 3rd. We're certainly not going to be that team. And I've been reading a number of sites earlier this morning about predicting this game. They're all saying it's going to be a goal fest. So we may well be wrong.
Who's saying that? Who's saying that?
Well, I don't want to list them, but it's betting sites.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. Definitely not then. Definitely not. But that's a bit of a weird thing to say, especially that we don't have a recognised striker that's fit right now, I don't believe. So, yeah. Anyway, they obviously know what they're talking about, don't they? Anyway, let's talk about some players that used to play for both the Blades and Bristol City. Hal, who are you going to go for first?
David Cottrell.
Ooh, there you go.
David Reese George Best Cottrell.
Oh, yeah.
To give him his full name, the winger, who could also play as a striker, born in Cardiff. He's 34 years young. Really? I had to look at that twice.
He's not. He's not. He's not. 34. He finished about 6 years ago.
That's what Wikipedia says.
Is he still playing football?
That's got to be wrong. He is for Newtown. That can't be right. But anyway, he played for the Blades. Played for the Blades after Bristol City, 2008 to 2010. You can tell the research we do for this is we look at the time on Wikipedia.
Don't tell people that.
He played for Bristol City 2004, 2005, and then again in 2017. But we're going to talk about his time at the Lane. I think fair to say that he was a better player than certainly Kevin Blackwell gave him credit for. I was always surprised when he didn't start. He had a wonderful relationship on that right-hand side, getting to the byline and then just looping those lovely crosses in or chipping them into James Beattie, and there was that fantastic partnership that they developed. Then the next season, Greg Halford kind of pushed him out of the side a bit, and he didn't always get to start under Kevin Blackwell. And I think it's fair to say, from where I was sat back in those days, really close to the dugout, they didn't get on. But I liked him, always thought he was a decent player.
Yeah, and I liked him too. We'll not talk about getting him on the channel for more reasons than one. I think we've actually already mentioned that in the past, but we're not going to mention it
David,
now.
You know.
He knows. I'm going to give you Jamal Campbell-Rice, who is actually Jamal Julian Campbell-Rice, 39 years young, born in Lambeth, London. He's currently the Peterborough United under-18s manager, if you didn't know that. Normally, youth team managers are really small, aren't they? So we've got Jamal Campbell-Rice, you've got 𝐍𝐸, and that's all the ones I'm going to say. So Jamal Campbell-Rice, he played for many clubs, many clubs. I'm going to quickly count: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, around 19, between 15 and 19 teams, because he may have played more time for other clubs. But he obviously played for the Blades in between 2014 and 16. We saw some fantastic things from him. We've probably seen one of a highlight from Jamal Campbell-Rice and a low light from Connor Salmon, where Campbell-Rice takes on the defender, puts it on a plate from against Blackpool, and he spoons it wide. But yeah, Jamal Campbell-Rice, I think everybody will remember him for that QPR FA Cup game, where I think he scored 2 goals towards the end and just ran the show.
That's what I think of when I think of Jamal Campbell-Rice. Good shout. You can tell we are getting towards the end of the season. Nick and I are tired. 38 games in the Premier League, a little bit easier to do. With that research just there, like short youth team managers, David Cottrell's age, I think you tell we're at the end of the season.
I thought that was a really good little stat there.
It's a great. You know what? It's not untrue.
Did you know that Jamal Campbell-Rice was Peterborough United's under-18s manager?
No, I had no idea until you told me.
There you go. And you learn something new every day.
Knowledge
watch this channel
is power.
It is, exactly. So I think we're done there, mate. The fact that we've both predicted not to win is not good time. So hopefully the Blades turn it around. It does happen occasionally. We were all a bit worried going into that Middlesbrough game, and look how they reacted. They were fantastic. So we want to see a bit of that Middlesbrough fire in this game.
It's in there. The same players, they can still do it. That's an injury hit side that did it against Borough. We haven't really seen it since. That's the worry as we get to the business end of the league. But hopefully see a lot of you Blades that do make the trip in Bristol.